Hi there, knife people, hello lady and gentlemen. Today I went to Walmart and bought me this nice Wrangler shirt. What do you think? But the video is not about that. I recently reviewed a couple of SWISSTECH knives, specifically 3 knives, 2 pocket knives and a fixed blade, and they left me with a very good impression. So imagine my surprise and amazement when I saw from the same brand, I saw this little Swiss Army knockoff knife by SWISSTECH that only set me back 12 bucks. Recently, I also purchased this Victorinox product, kind of like an early Hanukkah gift to myself. And the reason I say that because this is a special edition of Swiss Army knife. Anyway, what I'm going to do, there's a brand new, I haven't used either one of them. I'm gonna do a side by side, see what their functions look like when compared. So here you go, small box for the Victorinox, which is comfortable and convenient when you collect a bunch of them. I don't throw away boxes. And it's a huge box. And when I pulled it out, that's what it looks like. The knives that are sold under brand SWISSTECH are made by Global Star Company. Global Star Corporation is headquarters in the United States, but has plants all over the world, including in the city of Hangzhou, China, and that plant is called Hangzhou Star. That's where SWISSTECH knives are made. Victorinox makes all their Swiss Army lineup in Eibach, Switzerland, where they were making these knives for generations. Will we see a model with a Ukrainian trident over a yellow and blue background one day? I hope so. All right, side by side. At the first glance, this looks wider than the Victorinox, but in reality, that's an illusion because of this curvature right here. Okay, also, you may notice that the blade on Victorinox opens toward the keychain ring, so if you do have it on the keychain, the blade will interfere with your keys. You would have to remove it off the keychain to use it. They fixed it on the SWISSTECH because now the blade opens away, so even if you had keychain attached to that knife, you could still use it without much hindrance. Other than that, this feels very comfortable in hand. The G10 almost feels like my Carter, has softness to it, it's not polished, and has a nice fillet right here all the way around. Very, very nice looking knife. Now, will it contribute to the comfort? Doubtful, because the tools are protruding, so when you're actually cutting, you're feeling the spine of the nail file / screwdriver. But anyway, we'll get to that. And the blade size comparison is, I'm gonna say SWISSTECH's blade looks a little, just a hair, maybe a millimeter wider. Length is identical. They both have sharpening choil. This one looks highly polished, and this one is not. By the way, I have not used these knives. These are brand new out of the box. Okay, this is our toothpicks. So toothpick on the SWISSTECH is just slightly longer. I'm eager to look at the tweezers. I don't know if you can see it. Very roughly made pair of tweezers. Let's compare it. Why talk about it if we can show it? Oops, sorry. Yeah. So Victorinox, polished steel, symmetrical. This guy, steel is unrefined. They took a somewhat shiny strip of metal and then they stamped it out, and I can feel the burrs on this side, and they're on the inside here. It also tapered the end, so square ends, pointy ends. That might actually be more useful in some situations, but I'm not quite sure. Let's look at some scissors. All right, so these scissors on the the spring is low quality because it compresses. When it's compressed, it loses its width here. And when I first pulled it out of the box, I had to actually pull in the spring in. Now it seems to be doing better. But for $11, what do you expect? Everything. I already said that. Okay, so here the spring is, did you see it came out? This has been in the box for God knows how long. Came out, and the scissors are functional just fine. So same size. I don't know what's going on here. There's some kind of imperfections from manufacturing. Don't know what it means or represents. Let's do some cutting. So what I want to do is printer paper. Any scissors can cut, even the bad ones. This is cigarette paper. Not that I smoke, but I buy cigarette paper to do tests like this. So as you can see, the SWISSTECH is not making a cut here. Oh, I just changed the angle a little bit. Okay, let's try it again. Let's see if I can. What I need to do is with my index finger, I need to pull this side of the scissors toward the other side, toward outside. In other words, to create compression between the two halves. Let's see if Victorinox suffers the same imperfection. Nope. This is paracord, just standard 500. Bam! Look at that. With zeal and panache, boom! Nice. That is nice. Let's see how the SWISSTECH will do. Okay. I had to again push the two halves together. Let's see if it'll do it without. No. Oh, it gets stuck. So if I hold it this side up, the moving side up, then it creates enough compression to start to cut. But it's still not cutting on a single pass. Okay, so both knives have hygienic functionality with nail files. The Victorinox has diamond finish on this side and flat polished finish on this side. This one has serrations on both sides. I'm going to test them on my thumbnail. First of all, if I come from this side, the finger groove gets in the way of filing, so I either have to, yes, I can do it like this. So it's picking up the nail. It's not the sharpest, crispest in the world, but it's doing okay, both sides. I don't know why this side is cross-hatched and this one isn't. What would you expect to do differently? But I'm not an expert, and I'm sure some expert can tell me. And Victorinox, you know, they've been around. It works. This size, I think, is deliberately left plain and polished to use it as a mirror for signaling in emergency situations. You can also check somebody's breath if you're assisting somebody who's in distress. Time to do the cutting test. This is the SWISSTECH. A little rough, but it cuts. And here's the Victorinox. Not perfect, but I feel like I need to put a little less pressure. So this knife is a bit sharper. Let's do a puncture test. And that did okay. Let's do this one. Interesting. Looks like the tip is a little bit sharper actually on the SWISSTECH, but I also, let's put it against white background. Oh, I see a big problem here. Can you guys see discoloration on this tip here? It has some kind of brownish undertone. That means whoever sharpened this knife overheated the tip. Well, that pretty much does that for me. This knife is going back, $11 or not. A knife needs to be a knife. All right, will Walmart sell a gazillion of these? Absolutely. People just gonna buy it because it's on display, you know, and it's $11, and it's a cute little gift for somebody. Definitely, when you're running with the Swiss Army knife by Victorinox, I guarantee you will feel the quality difference. So I'll give it a solid C-. If this was an A or B+, then this is a solid C-. So disinfecting the knife before I'm putting it back in the box, and back to Walmart it goes. I don't need anything else polluting my junk drawer. I have a lot of knives in that drawer. I should do a video about that someday. Thanks for watching. Knife responsibly.